In this lesson, we're going to try and create the thing that we were trying to avoid in the last lesson. That is to say, have a kick drum control the compression on a track. Only this time, it's not going to be our drums track, but our bass instead. Here's the bass line. It's a fully sustained sound, so it has bass frequencies that are continually sounding, which are likely to create conflicts and so overloads, and quite possibly distortion every time the kick hits. For that reason, we're almost certainly going to want the level to duck when the kick hits. So we need to route the kick drum to the sidechain of a compressor on the bass track. So I'll add a compressor to the bass track. And then in the top corner, you can see a sidechain option, where we can just choose the source from either a bus or one of the audio tracks. So I can just choose kick there. And then you can see the kick is now triggering the compression on the gain reduction meter. And I could change it to a different sound, like the snare, so you can see that. So now the bass is compressing or ducking every time the snare hits. And I could turn the threshold down and ratio up to make it more extreme. There's also an auto gain boost on the compressor, by the way, so you can get rid of that using this switch here if you're getting signal overloads. Going back to the kick then. Sometimes you might want to bring the release down a bit when doing this, which will make the pumping a bit quicker. So the level comes back up more quickly after the kick sounds. So now we've got a decent pumping effect on the bass, meaning the kick has more room and the bass line has more energy as it moves dynamically with the drums. And that's kind of all there is to it, really. Just to show you the same thing with neutron, which works in exactly the same way in Logic. So you just set the kick as the sidechain source in the top corner. And then you turn the sidechain option on in the compressor settings and choose the external source, so external full, and then it works the same way. And we can tweak the compressor settings to make the pumping effect right. The gain reduction curve display is a bit more useful here in showing you the level of the bass. So you can see, for example, that with a longer release, the compressor barely has time to uncompress before the next kick sounds, meaning the ducking is slower and less extreme. Whereas a shorter release of under 100 milliseconds jumps up in level more rapidly and extremely. So you can hear turning our compressors on and off, what a dramatic difference we get to the overall sound, with thin-sounding, weak drums drowning in sustained bass, transforming into more pounding drums, blending well with the pumping bass.